my name is Kelly McElligott and I'm one of the educators with Bywater Solutions, and I have this short tutorial video on how to import a MARC file from a vendor into your Koha system. So here we are, we're on our staff side of our Koha system, and I'm going to show you how to import a file of records that you have recently got from a vendor. So we're going to go over to our Tools section. And in our Tools section, we have this middle column for cataloging, and we have this option called Stage MARC Records for Import. So what we need to do is actually import these MARC records into our Koha system. So here I have a Stage MARC Records for Import, and I'm going to go ahead and choose my file. I have some MARC files here. Let's go ahead and pick this one, and I'm going to go ahead and hit open. Once I have chosen my file to stage, I'm going to go ahead and click the upload file. And then I have some choices to make about these records that I'm importing. I can always make comments about this file, which is super helpful if there was quite a few catalogers or other people doing imports, or I wanted to make sure I knew which file was which when I look back at it. So I can add a comment about that. So I'm just going to put January 3rd. And then what kind of file are these? Are these records bibliographic or authority? And I actually have a bibliographic. My character encoding is the default UTF-8, and my format is MARC. This may change depending on the vendor you have. So for any diacritics you may be experiencing, this may be something you would look at from your vendor. If I had a MARC modification template that I wanted to use, I could go ahead and add that. And then the most important questions on this screen are to look for existing records in the catalog. So Koha is asking me, would you like to look to see if your system already has these records in it? So I first have the option of do not look for matching records, and then I actually have three other options. I can say yes, match on an ISBN number, which would be in the 020 subfield A. I could say go ahead and match on the ISSN number, which is on the 020 subfield A, or I could go ahead and match on the biblio number. So I'm going to say do not look for matching records. Actually, I'll match it on the 020. And then action. If a matching record is found, what would you like Koha to do with that match? Would you like it to replace the existing record with an incoming record? So sometimes vendors will send a short file of your order, and then as you get the material, they'll send you a fuller record. So that would be a great option, is to say to replace the newest one with over the existing one. Or if a match is found, you could still add it, or you could ignore the incoming one, which is the one we're putting in. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it. And then next question, action if no match is found. So if it doesn't find a match, would you like to add it or would you like to ignore it? Generally, we're going to add. Now this next one, check for embedded item record data. If you get some item information added to your MARC records, such as shelving location or item types, you would want to make sure that Koha is checking for that item record data. If you don't, then you can go ahead and hit no. And then how to process these items. If I'm hitting no, it doesn't really matter at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and stage my MARC records for import. So this little screen gives me a summary of what my file had. So my file, it says it had 2 records in this file, and that there were 2 records staged. So it would tell me if there was anything found for the matching rule of the ISBN, it would tell me here, and it would tell me if there was any item information found, which I didn't have it look for. So my next step is I'm going to go ahead and hit Manage Staged Records. Once I hit this Manage Staged Records, I'm actually going to see the 2 items that were in the file that I was doing. And at this point, my next step would go ahead and import this batch into the catalog right here. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and say, I'm pretty sure I had this information, or I wanted to change the record matching rule, all the information I filled out is, or most of the information I filled out is right here, and I could go ahead and change any of these and apply that. But at this point, I can, before I import it, I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to look at my MARC record that I have. And this will give me the MARC view of the file I brought over. So you can see I have some information here of the MARC record that I'm going to be going ahead and importing. I'm going to pop back over to my main tab, and I'm going to go ahead and import this batch into the catalog. Once the job progress has reached 100%, then I'm actually going to have the record number here, which is clickable, and I can go ahead and click that. It will open a new tab, and I can go ahead and look at my record that I received from my vendor, and I can add that item information now. At any point, I'm back over in that main tab. At any point, if this is as far as I got and I still needed to add that item information, however, it's the end of the day and I needed to get back to this, I needed to leave, but I needed to get back to this screen, I'm going to go ahead and pop back out of the main onto the main screen. Going into my tools section again, once my records have been imported successfully, I can get there and see those imported records here in this staged MARC record management. So I'm actually able to see any of the staged MARC records that I have brought over. Now, as you can see, my most recent one today, those comments come in really handy if you do have a lot of information on this screen. I can see the file name and I can see my comments. At this point, I can go ahead and click my file name. I can get back to this screen and continue adding that item information in. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. It's a production of Bywater Solutions. Have a great day.